Okay. Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All I Can Geek Movie Cast, episode 566. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinside.
Heyo.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Yo!
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers, to 566 of the Movie Cast. Whew. We're on. We're streaming on Twitch. If you're watching this, guys, hit the subscribe and do it live. Yeah, you can see it live on Twitch. Or you can rewatch it later. We keep them on there, obviously. So
Embrace the
How old of a
technology.
reference is that by now? That's an old reference. Though.
That's a super old reference. I don't think most people will
yeah.
understand it.
Most people
yourself.
We've all died out. Yeah, okay.
Let me get some tabs open here so I can actually get you guys some news too. Yeah, so welcome to 566. We are going to be doing a bonus round tonight. So look for that for the Squid Game, the whole season. There'll just be the three of us. Mike, unfortunately, did not watch that, which you should watch that, Mike. It's really good.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I know, but it's not really your normal stuff. But I don't know. Anyways, guys, let's get into the box office real quick, which was looking. Where's my weekends? Here we go.
Disappointing.
Yeah, 56 million.
That's
from
about
the
what I
time to die.
expected, honestly. But
So
yeah,
well under expectations. Reserved
I
expectations.
thought the
I think, were 75.
expectations were only like 60 something though. I mean,
I
it's
think it
under.
was
I don't know if it's
75.
well under.
I think it was supposed to be 75. They were actually hoping for 100.
Did they adjust these expectations based on how the last two non-simultaneously streaming movies released, or?
From what my understanding was, they were tempered for a little while, like low 60s, like you said, and then the Venom thing happened, and I think they boosted it. They thought they'd get some of that Venom crowd or Venom
Yeah.
people that were
That was what
willing to
happened.
go to theaters now, and it did not. And I was looking at the numbers, and it skews the audience so much older that it's like it's no real surprise. And that's always been my kind of criticism of Bond since 2000 is like it skews to the older audience. Like just I don't know. I mean, I guess if that's what you want
It's
to
just
do.
not Bond though anymore either, too. And it's like in this in between, like trying to be like Mission Impossible, which I find to be a very good spy like franchise now, and not what Bond used to be. Which it's like it's trying to be both, but it's one of those things where it's trying to be too many things for too many people, and it's not good for the people that are interested in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
original
felt that
Bond
since
fans
the
are tired.
beginning of Craig's run. Like every movie that I've seen with him in it has that whole conflict of still trying to include the Bond stuff, but then also fighting against it and being like, no, we're more like Jason Bourne now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is what Corey has said. Both crowds are tired of the movie at this point. Like that's the problem. Like it's no longer drawing in that excitement crowd, and it's no longer drawing in the Bond fans. And so I didn't go see it. I'm not going to go see. I'm not planning on seeing this one in the theaters at all. Like I'll see Venom. I do want to see that, but I have no intention to see. I will see No Time to Die, but that'll be when it comes out digitally.
I saw two of them so far of Craig's Bonds, and Skyfall was okay. Casino Royale, I think, is way overrated. People love that movie. I think it's way.
I think
overrated.
that movie's fantastic. I love that movie.
Nothing happens.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those.
I'm a big Ava Green fan, so I'll give it thumbs up for that.
It's going to be interesting because I know we've talked about it since the pandemic started, but now when you look at this result, and to be fair, it is doing well internationally.
And it's not a terrible. It's not like this is they're losing so much money.
No. Yeah.
Although
yeah,
I don't know. They actually lost by now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a financial disaster. It'll probably make them money, but the thing is, I have to wonder for the next Bond movie, whatever they choose to do with it, do they have to scale it back now? Because again, we're used to these movies now costing upwards of $100 million, bare minimum, and that's before marketing and stuff like that. So it's like with results like these, it's not quote unquote like guaranteed success. Not that any movie had guaranteed success, but again, it was pretty formulaic. Like, we project making this much return on this much investment, where it's like, you look at stuff like this and you'd be like, all right, well, when is the box office going to go back to normal? We have no idea. And all the movies that are being made right now, I think, have to go through those hurdles where it's like they got to ask themselves those questions. Because honestly, outside of outside of like the Marvel stuff or like, you know, the DC stuff, like I don't see anything being a surefire like, yeah, this is going to make money anymore.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the problem with any action movie that's not a superhero movie at this point. They've almost all, except for maybe John Wick and Fast and Furious, being the notable exceptions, and those are long anthology.
Yeah.
Well, not John Wick yet, but you know, still, it's like a universe building again series. There's not a whole lot of room, or maybe people don't want to take the risk, like you said, because action movies are pretty expensive, and they've all been superheroes lately, and those are the ones that sort of are more conservative, really. At this point, you expect a certain fan base to just go because it's like, oh, it's a Marvel movie, or oh, it's even less consistently, oh, it's a DC movie. So,
and you know, what I think we're going to start seeing, and there was a quote actually, who was being interviewed? It was one of those. Somebody was just again asked that stupid question about like, or Marvel movie cinema or whatever crap like that, and they gave a really good answer where they said, people are asking the wrong questions here. It's not necessarily like the death of cinema. It's just that going along with what I'm saying is like the movies are so big budget that you don't have those B budget movies anymore, where it's like, you know, you could come out with an action movie in the 90s. You didn't have to be great. You didn't have to have like special production, special huge CGI set pieces, you know, circa like Mission Impossible, Transformers, that kind of stuff. You should be a solid action flick with, you know,
Bacon.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that, and be successful. You can't have that now, or at least those things are few and far between. Like, you know, John Wick, I would say.
Well, all those things are on a streaming service.
Exactly,
that's
and
where they are.
That's exactly what he said. He's like, you're just having these, you know, equivalent to what I would say gaming AAA blockbuster movies, like the Marvels, the DCs, stuff like that. Anything else that isn't just going to streaming, Netflix, you know, Hulu.
I mean, look at what that
Paramount Plus,
Peppermint movie, Protege, like those are just pretty much straight to streaming. So.
I also do think the other issue with this movie, back to No Time to Die, as an individual movie, is we've heard about this movie for so long, and people are already like tired of it before it came out.
Yeah.
Because it got delayed by at least, it felt like 2 years. It might have been 2 years. I'm not sure, but close to that. This movie is old already, and it's out now. So I think that also hurt it.
Yeah, I mean that could be. I'm not sure the exact cause of the box office fumble, I guess you want to say it, but I do know that you can't argue that it's a tired franchise. It is. So I mean, we've talked about it. I think
it's funny how Daniel Craig lately has said all these positive things, even though like well before filming this movie or going into it, he's just like, oh, I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Yeah, so that was number one at 55.2 million was adjusted to. Venom was number 2 at 31.8. The Addams Family at 10. Shang-Chi at 4.3, and The Many Saints of Newark at your top 5 at 1.4. So not a great box office for the weekend. This weekend coming up is what's coming out this week? Is this Dune this week?
Dune's next week.
Next week. Okay, so nothing this week then. It's free.
There's probably something, but just not as big as what we've had with Venom and Bond.
All right. That's it for your box office. Let's talk about what we've been up to, guys. For me, two big things. So the minor thing would be What We Do in the Shadows. You know, it's a very good show. I'm still watching that. I did watch the finale, though, of Ted Lasso. I can't recommend that enough. Like, that show is just so good.
It's great. Yeah,
it's like I was cheering in the finale. Like, I'm like, and you're smiling, and then there's some awesome story moments that I didn't expect to happen, because Corey, we've talked about this show before, where can it get dark, or is it going to get dark? Like, what's it going to, and there's some surprises in there, and I think also some the good surprises and bad surprises. So, in terms of the story, I really enjoyed this season. Like this season brought the other characters out so much more that it's improved the show. It's like hitting Office season 2, where it's like, season 1 was great, it was really good, but season 2 is really where this thing went like, just go hit its stride, and I can't wait for season 3. So, Corey, did you watch the finale? I take it, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I still think season 1 and season 2 are equal. I think they're different.
Oh, maybe.
Tones,
I just like the characters,
not tones, but different storylines that hit differently. And I think season 1 was more impactful for me, just personally. But I do like the direction that it's going in, where it's, I don't want to spoil anything for people who don't watch it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I like the direction it's going in.
I do like that as well.
Ted Lasso is just such a great character, and Coach is just a great character, and then obviously Roy is just like I always say, he's like the most like emotionally aware character, and yet he is the most emotionless character.
Like, what was it, the Hound thing? That whole sequence?
Yeah, Diamond Dogs.
Diamond Dogs. I just was like, I was laughing like crazy during that sequence. I was like, I mean, it's very rare for me to laugh out loud, while I'm watching a show. Like, I'll smile and chuckle and stuff like that. But this was like, I was laughing. I was like, this is great. It just was that moment. You're just like, this is awesome. And Roy's character made this season. He's the best character in the season.
He's got such great timing. Yeah.
Boy, Diamond Dogs, you guys aren't talking about video games?
Yeah, I was like,
no.
I was like,
no. So, but yeah, so I watched that. And then What If, which was Marvel's finale. Finally, we got that as well last week. And Mike, I know you weren't watching that series. Corey, you watched the finale too? I know Tony did, right? Yeah. I like the season. It's not something I personally feel like we should do a bonus round on. I don't know. I'm not that like, holy crap, we need to talk about this, but I'm like, I liked it. I did enjoy what they had for it. Yeah. So Tony, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought this episode is great. In terms of just, again, a continuation of potentially the greatest threat to the MCU. Or EU, MU, I don't know. Yeah, Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, MV. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it was really great seeing the plan come together, the seeds blooming, because certain people are all like, oh, I don't know where this is going, man. Is this leading anywhere? It's like, all right, well, there you go. There's a plot line. But it was just really cool seeing different things happen. The choreography for like the fight stuff was pretty on point, and just it was nice seeing these characters get happier endings than their individual episodes kind of painted them out to be, and stuff like that. And they did leave the door open to revisit a lot of these. So
we also got like random story thrown in the finale too, which I was bummed that we didn't get that. I'm like, this doesn't make sense, this character, but so I mean, I'm happy you can pick up what you missed, I guess. That was their thought, but that sounds like that was a cut story for season 1. That's what I was reading.
Well, it got delayed because of COVID.
Yeah.
The studio.
So that'll be season 2 will be that episode. At least we'll get that. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun from what they picked up. Yep. So, but
I was reading in this interview from one of the, I guess, producers of the show or whatever, said they actually were planning out doing a Star-Lord T'Challa series because of this. And I was like, damn, like that would have been cool. I would have loved to have seen
I'd love the what's the...
Do you think that you really can't do that if it's just a voice actor?
I mean, maybe. It depends on how Marvel wants to approach that thing. I think it's a little easier to definitely do with the animation thing. I definitely don't think they'll ever be like, "Hey, this is like do a whole
T'Challa replacement
thing." Yeah, exactly. Replacement thing. But
I mean, Killmonger's character in this was awesome. Like just reacting to how great the Star-Lord T'Challa is. It's just
it was really cool. So I hope we get that, or maybe they'll go in a different direction. Even like a Captain Carter miniseries would be kind of cool. How they did that, because I think they're going to twist the second Captain America movie for her future episodes. But yeah, it was good. I mean, I would like to see more, but with 30-minute episodes, what can you do?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, so I like Corey. Thoughts?
It was alright. I really did not like the whole Guardians of the Multiverse thing. It seemed like, yeah, but it was cool action sequences. But I don't know. It just wasn't for me, I guess. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the universal threat. I thought that was, but
Yeah, no, but again, like Tony was saying, it's like give 30 minutes, and it just felt like even though they kind of spread it out, it still felt like super rushed in that episode. Everything.
Yeah, it was longer. That one it was like 40. But yeah, I get you. So, all right. Let's see. Tony, did you see anything else?
I finished Squid Games, which we'll get to in the bonus round tonight. But overall, just for the people that might not tune into that, it was a really good series. Would recommend it. If you've seen any Battle Royale stuff, you know what to expect. If you haven't seen Battle Royale, just go in expecting death games to be played. And yeah, there you go.
High stakes. The highest of stakes.
The highest of stakes.
Yes. Corey, anything more for you?
Yeah, I actually watched a couple big things. I had off on Friday because Tony and I went to Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, which was really cool. I have to say, it was good to be back. Definitely felt like I was pretty much done at like 1:00, but I was like, I can't just like leave so soon. I gotta do more. So, but yeah, I was like, what else is there to do if there's no panels they're interested in or anything like that? And there's stuff like, oh, do this and then come back tomorrow. I'm like, well, no thanks. I'm not coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, so Corey and I went for just Thursday. Just because we're like, well, let's just test out, because Thursday's always nice to go in and get your feet wet, get the feel of the land, the layout, and stuff like that, and get those exclusives because you're not having to fight the Friday or Saturday crowds, which are the worst. And Sunday you run the risk of them not holding any back.
Yep.
And we didn't know how things were going to feel. And Saturday, if it was packed, that would have made me a little uncomfy. Thankfully, shout out to Repop for doing vaccine requirements, mask mandates, and stuff like that, which I saw 99.9% of people adhering to. So shout out to
there are definitely a few people that weren't, but for the majority, I definitely felt fine walking around and not having a problem being next to people. And like we all had these wristbands that showed like you had to prove you were vaccinated, so it was good. But like I said, I had off on Friday because of that, and I actually did go see Venom at 12:00, and there was like 2 people, including me, in the theater. So it was good. Not the movie, but the experience.
Yeah.
I will say this movie is a whole big pile of horseshit. And
wow.
Don't recommend it.
Jim, I can see
wow. Ooh, it's like a chain wreck. It's like
it's the thing is it's like so cringy because like Venom and Eddie Brock are 2 separate characters.
What?
Yeah,
no, it's we are Venom.
Yeah, I know. Well, they've always said that, so we implies more than one. But
right, but
I
they
sort of got that sense from the trailers where they're talking,
and then that's what I was afraid of, and they
time.
lean in hard on that, and like you kind of get the feeling of that's the direction they're going in from the first one, but this is just it is all just it's really the 2 characters, Venom and Eddie Brock, and it's their movie. It's the 2 of them trying to figure things out, and then there's parallels with their relationship essentially. And it's so bad. It's just so bad, cringy, and I was just watching. I was just looking at my phone.
Wonder Woman, bad. Wonder Woman 84.
Wonder Woman 84. That was probably worse. Still, that's definitely worse.
I'm trying to find your level of where the level of bad is. Where are you putting this?
I mean, yes. In any case, I will say though, the after credit sequence is a very important sequence for the Sony franchise.
Cool. I've heard that there's some cool stuff.
If no one's been spoiled on it, I wouldn't like. I would just look that up if you're not going to play on it because you want to see this after credit sequence.
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do is now I'm not going to go see this in the theaters. It's clearly not worth me chancing COVID. So why would I go see it? Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, like I said, I was like, oh, it's 12 o'clock. I was like, what is the earliest showing they have on a Friday? It's like, oh, this place has one at 12, so I'm going to go there. And yeah, it was fine. But that was the one thing I wanted to end on a high note because I did see Free Guy as well.
Oh,
and
cool.
Free Guy is fantastic. That was a great film. And there is some really good video game references in it. And it's very much like, hey, let's make Grand Theft Auto into a fun film with Ryan Reynolds in it. And that's basically what they did. But then they like pull, and because it's Fox, which is now part of the Marvel, Disney, Star Wars universe, you get some references that you would never have gotten otherwise with actual themes playing.
That's great.
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy. Yep.
Cool. That's awesome.
Really quick, I just want to go back to New York Comic Con really quick, just to talk about it. So it was kind of a bummer because obviously the big exhibitors like Marvel, DC, Funko, they weren't there. But it was nice because it didn't draw the crowd as much. Like definitely Thursday was not a typical Thursday in the past, 3 years.
It's like felt like the first Thursday they ever did. It's like, what are we doing here? People coming to this thing? Like, let's see how it goes.
But the fun thing, the cool thing was the extension to the Javits is now complete. So when we do come back in full force, and Corey and I checked it out, we spent like 15 minutes just checking the building out because they had like 2 things there or whatever. And it's like basically 5 floors of just big
auditorium
style things where it's just like rooms where you just have
events,
conferences and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm hoping they can expand their like panels, their autograph sessions, whatever. Because
they're definitely gonna have like the big ticket Marvel, or Disney or whatever it is gonna be. Like the Netflix stuff would have been in this. One of these.
Got it.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that'll pull traffic out of the Javits into that building. And that building is nice. It was
cool. Definitely. And they had like a whole garden up there on top of
you could see the top of the Javits. They apparently have a garden on top of the Javits.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
They raise crops and stuff like that. Yeah,
is that hotel that was being built done too up there? There was that giant hotel that was going up, wasn't it? That's finished.
Oh, we did see that, Tony. Isn't that the thing with the big bronze statue in front of it?
That weird,
I think so.
Weird design.
Yep.
It's right down there. That was being built. That was the one we had booked originally. I was going to stay there, and it wasn't going to be finished in time. Yeah. And they just, I didn't even know they finished it last year because of COVID. So
I'm not sure. I think it looked finished, but
it's right next to the Java Center. It's like right there.
It's really cool. I'm hoping this next year will be normal. Hoping next year near Comic-Con will be normal.
Get the big boys, which is nice. The thing was nice. There's no Funko, so that we didn't have to worry about that garbage.
That's cool. Yeah, that it's such a traffic builder right there. That shit.
It's just like it's just like the middle of the fucking thing too. So it's not. It's like it just everybody like.
And it's so stupid. They can do it. They can do it this way because it's all pre-selected anyways. So it's like they can do it this way. The thing was,
they did have the Funko, some of the exclusive Funkos, but they sold them at the official Reed Pop store, which they did put. They had 2 of them, and one of them they put in the corner. And that's the one where the Funkos were. And that was just like, that's like where Toy Tokyo was when we got the Green Rangers Funko. It was just wrapped around a couple times, the line. So everybody's just out in the corner back there. So it was good.
Yeah. All right, Mike, what have you been watching?
So the only thing I watched was I think it's Penultimate. It seems like it was the 11th episode of Titans.
Oh, okay. More than likely, it's 12. Yeah.
I'm just guessing that mostly because of how the episodes are arranged on a screen. I don't know. It looks like there's room for just one more. I know last year was 13, and the first season was like 8 or something. But anyway, this episode was a little bit better. Things are definitely ramping up, and you're getting. Hopefully, I'm getting one thing explained, or at least it seems like I'm going to get something explained that seemed very convenient earlier on. A few traps this season is falling into, though, is like false deaths. A little too many of those. And now we're getting to the point in this where Batman's absence is stupid, considering what's going on. Like, we know he's somewhere, and we know he should know certain things. So why isn't he there? It's kind of the feeling I'm getting now. But he's still old, I guess, and sad. But they're like they're fully like in his shit, and he's nowhere to be found, which is interesting. But a little bit more with we get a little more Starfire and Raven stuff lately, which is good because they've been a little underserved earlier in the season. We'll see where it goes. I'm really, it's no big spoiler really, but Jason Kartheiser, or no, Vincent Kartheiser, that's right, is pretty much the main villain of this season. The guy who I know as Connor from Angel who's Jonathan Crane in this version. He really is going for it as like this full-fledged villain in this. He chews scenery. He's doing it all. He's being the full crazy ass motherfucker. And it's interesting to see. We'll see how it ends. I'm not sure how I feel about the season as a whole just yet. We'll see how the final episode goes, but it's still interesting, and I like it enough. But I'm hoping for a few different things in this.
Well, this Saturday we may get some more information on stuff. So
yep.
Oh
yeah, I mean, I'm mostly looking forward to the gaming side of that event. But
I mean, they did say that a certain Young Justice team may be back.
What's Tony excited about here?
I thought some people were going to ponder over a bet or not for this weekend for the fandom event.
Yeah, what was that term again? Was it any
Batman movie or any Superman movie?
Henry Cavill showing up. No, it was the neck down appearance.
Yeah.
And I can't make that bet.
No.
Henry Cavill will not.
I think we already know every movie that's going to be referenced. I pretty much said we're going to get The Flash. We're going to get Shazam 2.
How do you have?
There's no way they're not going to announce new stuff though.
Yeah,
they have
I don't know.
to. Something new. I mean,
did they do that? Did they do that last year, movie or TV wise?
Well, they showed the Batman, but
was that the first time we heard of it?
I don't know about. Let's see.
We are 100% getting a trailer for the Batman again here because we're getting Legos now released about what they look like, and I mean, it's like we're gonna see a ton of the Batman, I'm sure, this weekend.
Cool. So exciting.
Yeah,
I think that should be headlining the movie side of their event.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah.
So, all right, we'll see. All right. In the news, we've got. Let's see. Going to the oldest here first. News that I like and should have been done years ago after the Dreamcast has flopped and failed, and the fact that we never thought we'd ever get more sequels. Shenmue is becoming an anime finally, and it's honestly where I would love to play the game. Don't get me wrong. But I'm happy if they can tell the story through the anime. I'm good with it. Like I'm connected.
You really
to
did
that
not
story.
like Shenmue 3, right?
I know. No, I couldn't get into it. Yeah. No, I have it. I still have it. It's here. Yeah. No, I never beat it. I played like the first couple hours of it, and that's it. I never played through it. I still have it. Like I said, I have it right here. I funded it. But yeah, I never got into it, and I'm happy to. I don't know. I'm ready to because you know what it was. It was like so
what was
antiquated.
Wrong with it?
It was so antiquated, like just the system, the repetition of the quests, the way you have to talk to the people. Like I'm just like they didn't. It's like playing the Dreamcast version of the original game. Like I'm just like it's the same game, and I'm like it's been no, it's been 20 some odd years. I'm ready for it, like updated a little bit, man. I mean, come on. Okay. So I'm happy to see an anime being produced finally, coming to Netflix, I believe, and to tell that story. Like I'm looking forward to that. So that's just me. Let's see. We've got Agatha. Yep, an Agatha Harkness series is being developed on Disney Plus right now. The spinoff to WandaVision. So we said we weren't going to get another WandaVision series. We knew that, but we are going to get. It looks like Agatha, which was a very popular character. I don't know. I don't know what this would be about.
Pretty
I
cool.
mean, I didn't know what the other series would be about, to be honest with you. What If, or any of them.
Pretty cool.
So
It seems like it runs the risk of too much of a good thing to me.
pretty cool, like Tony said.
Maybe. I think she was a good supporting character. I don't know how that's going to carry a whole series, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
We'll see. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City's trailer was released last week. A bunch of trailers came out, but that's one of my posts on here, and I was not impressed, and I'm the kind of person who wanted to be impressed. Like, I want to see this. The international trailer may be slightly better, but I'm not. Don't sell me on that shit. I'm still. It's still the base of the movie, still there. I've seen it in your preview. The special effects don't look great at all, and I feel like people are cosplaying characters in the show. And no offense to cosplayers at all. However, I feel like that's what this movie is. Like, it's just a bunch of people cosplaying.
I've seen cosplayers doing better than that, though.
Yes.
That's the problem.
I've seen
People spending their own hard-earned money to make costumes that look just as good as the games do, and you have this. It's like, this is official sponsorship, official movie. How is this? How do you look worse?
It looks like they just took the monsters straight from the game and then put it like superimposed.
Didn't update it. Yeah.
Literally look like they came straight out of the game and not like part of the scenery.
Like Tony said, like, I feel like there's too much of a blandness to it. Like, the fan movies you get on like YouTube, like those, like the Batman had one with Joker.
Looks like sci-fi. This should be on sci-fi. Yeah. This is what it looks like.
Yes, that's it. Yes, absolutely. Straight to TV. This should have been like, it looks like a special. Before there were streaming movies, I'd say this was like a streaming service movie. Like, before like Netflix brought in those big budget things. This television. Is like, I just feel like that's where this belonged, and I was not impressed with this trailer. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to be a good movie. Maybe it will be, but it doesn't look great. And that's what a trailer is supposed to do, is get you hyped. And I'm like, opposite effect. So, yeah, I don't know. Mike, did you see the trailer?
No, I'm not interested.
There we go. Couldn't even get Mike in there. So,
did you guys see the Scream trailer?
No, I didn't watch that today. I knew there was a bunch of trailers. That's what I had hinted at when I mentioned this. But there was So how'd that look?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to see it either. I just heard that
a remake.
It's supposed to like be
one of those distant sequels, right?
Or something.
It's supposed to like remake the first one and pay homage to the first one, but like 3 of the characters from the first one are in this movie.
They are, yeah. That's what I thought.
Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette are in this film.
Those are the big ones, but I don't know what So what? They're the parents now of the kids who are going to get killed?
At this point, I would say so.
The only thing I heard that they say that the trailer reveals is that the killer's after people related to the prior killers.
I don't even remember who the killers were.
Exactly.
I'm getting woozy, man. That guy.
I would love to see, like, I guess, I hope maybe this will be it, but, like, if you watch a lot of those, like, slasher horror movies, like the 90s, even 80s, I don't know how many slasher, but, like, they don't really work in a modern setting, unless they pull the trope of, like, pulls out cell phone, oh no, there's no service. Like, I would love to see a horror movie, like, these days, that takes place in modern times, without them having to rely on, like, oh, no reception on the cell phone, or, like, character slips and breaks the cell phone. Because, like, honestly, with a cell phone, like, crisis can be averted, like, so easily and stuff like that. But
you gotta be smart about it, for sure. Like, it's definitely changing the game up, because, the first one came out, 25 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
So, what was it, like, around 99 or something? 98?
It was definitely 90.
I was in high school.
I feel like they played into this already, but didn't they like make fun of the fact that like people were loving watching the streaming action of a killer? Like, didn't they do that in the third one or something like that? Didn't they like
the third one opened up with
publicize?
I think it's either second or the third one opened up with people being in a movie theater watching a movie like Scream.
Yes.
And like the dude went to the bathroom and got
Stab was the movie. Yeah. Oh no, the guy got killed in the seat, didn't he? Like in the seat.
Yeah, in the movie theater.
In the theater, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
as he's watching the movie, I think that was like Omar Epps or something, if I remember correctly.
Watching the Scream movie, right?
Watching this movie.
We're in the Inception We're in the Inception world now. How deep?
But then you have Scary Movie, which is like parodying the Scream movies.
That's what.
Yeah,
and that's might be where I'm mixing this up. Yeah,
because on some level, the Scream movies already were parodies.
No, exactly. And the Scary Movies just quoted the Scream movies, but made it like, tone. They changed the tone of the same quotes and stuff.
Yeah,
it's always a little questionable when you try to parody, but I guess Scream isn't a huge.
It was successful though.
They were, but Scream isn't like a huge parody. It's more like
there was a
tongue-in-cheek thing.
Yeah. No, wait. Scary Movie 3? Yes, there was
Scream 3. Was there a Scream 3?
Yeah, there was Scream 3. Yeah, absolutely there was.
This is the 5th Scream movie, Tony.
What was the 4th one?
The 4th one had Emma Roberts in it, and the girl, the cheerleader from Heroes.
Oh, she was in Scream? Hayden, what the hell's her name?
Yes, that's it. 4 or is it something else?
It's called Scream 4, I think, and like Nev Campbell's like
I'm gonna have to find this and watch this. Holy shit!
Wasn't like the killer one? Nev Campbell's
was a word. It was like Scream for Life or something.
Scream for.
I don't want to give away the killer or anything.
Yeah, don't.
It was a weird. It was and Nev Campbell came back for that one.
Yes,
that was a big thing, I think.
Which she is now in this, so we'll see. Lastly in the news, we've got Will Poulter, is going to be playing Adam Warlock. That was released today, I believe, right? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will have Adam Warlock, and there he is. Not Zac Efron, as previously rumored.
It's weird, because when I think of this guy, I think of... Isn't he the guy that's in We Are the Millers?
Yes, he's the kid. Yeah.
Oh, he's that...
Annie or something? Or
it's kind of weird looking.
That nerdy, weird-looking kid, yeah.
And that's why I'm like, isn't he supposed to be the pinnacle of like human form or something? But
yeah. They kind of went the opposite route on this one than I thought they would, but yes.
But yeah, he had a great screen test, so got him.
Yeah.
Gotta trust James Gunn for now. He's been doing good with his casting so far.
Yeah, I mean, Guardians is his baby, and he does do well with that, so we'll see what he brings us. So. Hey, we're getting Adam Warlock, though. That's pretty big. So, which we knew we were.
Breaking news real quick. I was just checking. Netflix just announced from their official Twitter account that Squid Game has officially reached 111 million fans, making it their biggest debut series launch ever.
They actually give numbers. That's good. When they give numbers, it's like we don't have to hide anything here. So, most definitely getting a season 2.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. The previous record holder was Bridgerton with 82 million.
Blew it away.
That's not even close. Yeah, that's pretty significant.
Yeah. So, wow. All right, and on that news, we're going to wrap up this episode of the MovieCast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us at allyoucangeek@gmail.com. I almost did all this stuff. allyoucangeek@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, watch us on Twitch as well, and subscribe. Please, guys, subscribe to either channels. We post them on both. Leave some comments. We'd love to hear you guys' comments and feedback about the podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We're out. We'll see you next week.